Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon all who seek it. Being that I only have about 20 subscribers at the moment, going toward 1 million, I I don't expect anyone to join at this point, but I wanted to share a little bit of what was on my mind in regards to worthiness. Who is worthy of speaking? And I would say that when it comes to myself, and as of late, wanting to share more and wanting to use various platforms that were available to share, I recognize that at times the video and the photos, they're not really that beneficial. I think that more or less, I find them to be a distraction where we're so caught up in what we see that we're not really listening. We're so caught up in what we see that often we're not listening. I wonder if I can flip this in the middle. Oh, I can. You know, it changes, right? Like you start off talking to someone or looking at a video and you see them, and it becomes about them in some way, shape, or form. But when we just, you know, see a scene of nature or just a blank screen, it starts to, you focus a little bit more on what the person is actually saying. You know, what are they saying? What are they expressing? In the public space, it was with radio. And I really liked that. I really liked radio. I liked just my voice. You know, it's not about what this person looks like or, you know, and sometimes maybe that affinity toward the radio, there's times when I want to say something, I want to express something, and I literally would just throw my scarf on, and I would notice later my eyebrows are all over the place, and I look a bit rough. And to be honest, I was okay with that because it wasn't about what I look like. But sadly and realistically, in the world of video, what is more beautiful and what is more engaging and more attractive is going to get more people looking and listening. Maybe more people will be drawn in. I don't know. But on the subject of speaking, I realize that I myself am probably one of the least worthy of speaking, and that there are people who are so much more knowledgeable. Have I studied tajweed when I was younger? Did I get an ijaza? Yes. In recitation, which is a way of reciting the Quran in the lineage of Prophet Muhammad, and I feel very blessed to have done that. But am I from the most proficient from those I've met? No, not. Did I memorize Quran? Did I make an effort at one point? I did make an effort. Only got to, I won't say only, but I memorized about a third, which I cannot remember all right now. And what to say? There's people who memorize the entire Quran. Have I memorized a few hadith here and there? Yes, but there's people who memorize all of Bukhari. In every area, I can see that I am not by any means the one or the best of those who should be communicating, or the best of those who should be teaching, or the best of those who should have a channel. I have so many shortcomings in my character. I have so many shortcomings in my striving, honestly, my striving as a Muslim. But the thing that causes me to want to share more is knowing that a kind word, a good word, is a sadaqah that will be written on my behalf. That Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Ballighu anni walau ayah," relay from me, even if it's one verse. And it's always interpreted in that way, and I don't know if it can be beyond that to encompass the other meanings of ayah, which is not just verse, but signs, revelations, indications. You know, there's so many signs of Allah's greatness, of His mercy, of His creativity, of His love, of His mercy, just how He created the animals. You see, earlier today, there was this baby bird that I'm staying at someone's place who's gone, and the dog named Jimmy, he's young, he's pretty young. Uh, I saw these birds flying around him, and I thought, oh, that's so cute. They're playing with each other. I don't know why I had this idea. Turned out there was a baby bird, a fledgling that was learning to fly. Jimmy had found them and had found the fledgling, and the parents were flipping out. They were screaming. I mean, if a bird could scream, they were screaming. And, you know, warning it, trying to get Jimmy away. Like, they were flying so close to Jimmy. Like, it was like fear was not an option when it came to their little baby. And who put that there? We believe Allah put that there. Allah tells us that He placed that mercy in the hearts of even the animal for her young. But He lets us know that this is such a fraction of the mercy that is bestowed upon those who believe in Allah. What I want to say is that every one of us who believes especially has the capability to share from that belief and from that conviction. And I am convinced that one day we are all returning back to Allah. And I know for myself, when I return, I want to be in a better state than I am now. I want to be stronger. I want to have died upon a state where I am stronger than I presently am, where I am more dedicated than I presently am, where I am giving more to this world than I presently am. And it makes sense for me to go into the places where the people are most longing for that which I have to give. And when I look at, for example, where I come from, there's no question about it. Like, I learned when I was in Kopangan that there are opportunities that if I were to create a workshop series or something like that, I believe that many women would be interested. It could be surrounding the beauty of the Quran and getting people to feel and taste of that sweetness. It could be surrounding the empowerment of women through principles that I've learned. It could be through teaching about the source. Like, some people don't like the word, they don't know Allah. They don't know the name Allah. It's foreign to them. Okay. They don't like the word God for many reasons. Everyone says that there's a source. Okay, so let's delve into the attributes of this source through the teachings of Islam. And to see that it's nothing that goes against the intellect. It's obvious for those who believe in a source that this source is intelligent. It's obvious that this source did not throw everything happenstance, because the likelihood of the order that we see coming from something that was originally chaotic, the percentage is so small, like the probability is so minuscule that basically it's impossible. And it's obvious that this designer, this source designed and created. It's obvious that this source loves beauty. It's obvious that this source wanted us to have guidance. It's obvious that this source made us with the intention to have the desire that we would connect to that source. And so I could see a workshop surrounding that. There's so much to be done. But I also feel like my sisters who have known me for years and have known where I did go and some of the efforts that I did make and some of the studies that I did partake in, that they would have even more appreciation because they know me. Do they know every part of me? Do they know every light part, every shadow? No, they don't know. They don't know every part of my being. But who does? Who knows every single part of our being? I mean, really. And the point is sometimes we don't need to know everything about everyone. But when we're in a world where we want to improve ourselves and benefit ourselves, then yes, then we want to connect with those that are going to give us that. Here comes Jimmy, wanting affection. He's a very affectionate dog. I'm really trying to train him not to lick because he's used to licking to mean kissing and love, and he kind of knows that for me that's not really, you know. But I give him love. I pet him. You know, I give him some affection. So now it's day 4 of Ramadan, and I think my biggest challenge these days is not eating rice. I don't know what it is. I did good in Ramadan up until yesterday, but I had a beautiful interaction with the woman who I got some greens from because I felt like my body, every few days I feel like my body wants greens. And so the woman at this particular place, she made greens, and she just has such a pleasant face, and she's just so she just seems like a sweet woman. And I don't know much Thai, unfortunately. I didn't make the greatest of effort to learn, but I did learn that Jai means heart. And I said to her in my broken way that I could tell I said, I taste your heart, your Jai. I taste that you put your Jai in the food. And I told her, I forgot what else I said to her, but she understood. And she said, yes. You're like, yes, Jai. Like, I put my heart in the food. I said, I taste it. And she said, and you, I see, she said, you always smile at me. And she just said something really beautiful, really complimentary. But I felt goodness from her, and she felt goodness from me. And I realized that, like, these are some of the interactions that, you know, I'm somewhere where there are hardly any Muslims. Like, I do not see any Muslims where I am right now in Chiang Mai, because I came back to Chiang Mai yesterday. But some of these interactions for this time until I am in Malaysia, back in the States with my sisters, you know, it's worth it because I don't go out there and say, oh, I'm going to be nice and kind and people are going to see it's coming from a Muslim woman. I don't say that. I don't think that. But after the fact, I'm like, oh, yeah, I forget I do look different. And it's obvious I'm a Muslim. And okay, they're getting a good interaction with a Muslim. Like, we need more of that. You know, it's a good thing. It's definitely a good thing. And I'm talked out, to be honest. I had all these things I wanted to share. I don't know if it's because I'm sitting in the heat. Maybe I should go sit in the air condition for a little bit. Maybe that would be a little bit better, even though I cut the AC off. And right now I'm organizing my clothes and things, which is sorely in need of have happening. Yeah, I'm gonna turn the AC on for a bit. So I have a few things that I wanted to talk about in regards to imagery and pictures, but I might just end up posting something separate about that. I think this is my first time doing the live, or maybe when I did it before, it was with no video. And it's much easier to look at myself than it is to look at that little hole of a camera. But yeah. I look at some of the teachers out there, and they're doing so much. They're giving so much. And I'm saying to my own self, I have to sacrifice more of my time, or I wouldn't even call it a sacrifice. I have to give more of my consistent time to this deen, to sharing what is beneficial, to doing what is beneficial. There's certain things that I really enjoy and I love. And I cannot say, however, that they're serving the greater, what is greater. And that's what I want to be giving time toward. And I feel that it's time for me to be, with those who are observing the salah and those who are in the remembrance of Allah and reciting this Quran. Reciting the Quran. Speaking of that, I was wondering, where did I put mine? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. هل أتاك حديث الغاشية؟ وجوه يومئذ خاشعة عاملة ناصبة تصلى نارا حامية تسقى من عين آنية ليس لهم طعام إلا من ضريع لا يسمن ولا يغني من جوع وجوه يومئذ ناعمة لسعيها راضية في جنة عالية لا تسمع فيها لاغية فيها عين جارية فيها سرر مرفوعة وأكواب موضوعة ونمارق مصفوفة وزرابي مبثوثة أفلا ينظرون إلى الإبل كيف خلقت وإلى السماء كيف رفعت وإلى الجبال كيف نصبت وإلى الأرض كيف سطحت فذكر إنما أنت مذكر لست عليهم بمسيطر إلا من تولى وكفر فيعذبه الله العذاب الأكبر إن إلينا إيابهم